Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. Today we're going to talk about a Fandor 555 locomotive from 1930. Before we get started though, for all of our returning subscribers, hello, thank you, we appreciate you guys. Could not do this without you. We hit a milestone today. We are up to 150 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As our family continues to grow, it'll only get better. So for those of you that are not yet subscribed, I'll say it like I've said it before, why not? So, all right, with no further ado, let's talk about the Fandor 555. So, the Fandor 555 was made in 1930. Now, a little bit of background about Fandor. It was a German toy company that made toy trains, and they're founded in 1910. After World War I, Fandor found it prohibitively expensive to sell their locomotives and trains in the United States because of tariffs. They found it prohibitive in the way that, well, they weren't making any profit and they couldn't be competitive with the American companies. Thus is the nature of tariffs. So in 1924, and we talked about this the other night, they formed a company called Dorfin, which was a US-based company, but really it was still Fandor. If you think about Dorfin and Fandor, it's the same letters. It's just, yeah. Anyway, this is the Dorfin tank car that we talked about the other day. Just to recap a little bit about Dorfin. Dorfin, like I said, was a U.S. company, and they tried unsuccessfully to be successful here in the United States. They came up with this clever alloy that turned out was not great. They had some impurities in the alloy, so therefore their locomotives, they literally fell apart, and in not a lot of time. They struggled to stay afloat. As a matter of fact, at one point in their history, they became so desperate to sell train locomotives that they purchased a bunch of Ives locomotives from the Ives company, and repainted them and sold them as Dorfin products. That's pretty desperate. So then Fandor, which remained in Germany, was in business until just prior to World War II. Because Fandor was Jewish, his factory was confiscated and he was forced to close. In 1930, Fandor himself actually moved to the United States. Fandor trains closed in 1936, not surprisingly. All right, so this is the Fandor 555. It's a very, very nice and well-built locomotive. Let me get this zoomed in a little bit and we'll show you guys a little closer what all is going on here. Okay, as you can see, this is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous locomotive and tender. I'm going to disconnect this for a minute just so we can turn it. It's tin plate, unlike the offerings that they sold here in the United States with their special alloy. This obviously didn't rot or throw away. You may notice that it says 20 volt, which was different than United States standards. And these are where you replace the brushes. But it's just a very, very nice locomotive. It's crisp, it's clean. I mean, if you think about it, 1930, I mean, it's almost 100 years old and the details are still just stunning. That's amazing. Back here in the back, you have a very clever forwards and reverse. That's reverse, I know. And that's forwards. Now on this tender, you may notice that these are like a lot smaller than Lionel's operating. So as a matter of fact, here's a Lionel to compare it to. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller, but not quite as small as the Ives. Anyway, back to the tender. This is a very nice tender. It's simplistic, but it's also very, very bright and clean. The graphics are still really nice on it. So this has a staple on the bottom here that hooks into the tender, and this is kind of what I've noticed was, and I'm not sure what the function is here, but it's pretty cool. It's amazing. It's some German engineering. The tender actually is spring-loaded on the drawbar here, and I don't know if that's to let this guy go a little bit before he starts pulling trains or what that is, but you can bet because it's German that it has a function. So all right, we talked about Dorfin. I don't have any Fandor cars, but I do have Dorfin, and imagine that it just hooks up just perfect to that Fandor. So, all right, guys, let's take this to the track and let's see how it runs. I'm gonna put the Fandor, then this Dorfin car, and then the rest will be actually American Flyer cars that are already on the track. But they look pretty cool with it because it's from the same era. So we'll have German, kind of sort of German, and then pure American. All right, let's do it. Okay, everybody, looks like we have the Fandor here on the track in front of the station. One of 3 stations it looks like on this line. GGS Railways Station, how about that? All right, so let's start this guy up and see how it goes. I'm having to run it on this larger oval track. It's actually Cargo's track. Not that that really matters for what we're doing, but what does matter is that I have it hooked up to a very old transformer that is capable of having a 20-volt setting, because this is a 20-volt locomotive. I already tried it on the 14-volt track and no go. So all right, let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. Did you see the tender spring back for a second there? That is so cool. I'm not sure what the function is of that. All right, so I am fixing this so you guys can see it. I'm just really slow at it. All right. And turn it very fast because I knew I was going to have to adjust the camera, but I will make it faster. Don't worry. All right. Give this guy some juice. Not bad for a train from 1930, yeah? Pretty cool. That's just beautiful. And those American Flyer cars behind it aren't terribly out of place. I read that Fandor tried to make their locomotives fashioned to look like, you know, American versions. So perhaps that ties them all together in that way. So that's kind of cool to know. So, all right, what do you guys think? Pretty nice, huh? I'm really happy to have this as part of our collection. I'm gonna try to get over here, do a little bit better job on the camera if I can. All right. And my pen is locked. That is just awesome. It's just so effortless. That's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about these older trains is you turn them on and it's just like, oh, okay, well, I've been asleep for, 80, 90 years, but, okay, fine, let's go. Pretty cool. So, how do you guys feel about a slow motion shot? Alright, so we got ourselves zoomed back out so we can see the whole thing again. This is a really nice smooth running locomotive, about what you'd expect from German engineering, I suppose. You may have noticed that it has two slots, 2 sockets, I guess, on the front of the locomotive for some lights. They are, however, higher voltage than the Lionel, so I had to order them. They are not here yet, but I will be sure and show you guys when they do come. I don't know that the light sockets work, but the seller said they did, so I guess we'll see. Alright guys, well, I have enjoyed showing you this Fandor locomotive. I don't imagine that it leaves a lot to be desired as far as being happy. I'm pretty happy, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it too. So okay, with no further ado, I think this is about it for the Fandor 555. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber and you enjoyed the video, subscribe. It costs you nothing, and you'll get notified when we upload more stuff just like this. Alright guys, that's all for now. GGS Railways out.